Wednesday afternoon. What are you going to need for this session? Well, ideally, a non-slip yoga mat, maybe even two. You might need something to pad up your knees today. We're going to do a little bit of kneeling work. So do have a folded blanket or some extra padding for your knee work later. And just make sure you've got a drink by your sides, stay hydrated. And last but not least, be somewhere where it's quiet, where you won't be disturbed. So the first pose that we're going to do is a preparatory side bend. A lot of today's practice will be working on the sides of our body, stretching and lengthening into the sides, and therefore a sense of creating space in our side body. This has a profound effect on our mood. It can adjust our mood. It works our core. And I want you to almost visualize or imagine as you breathe in and out that you're filling the body with vital energy. So as we inhale, a little bit like helium filling a balloon, we're expanding the chest and ribs gently. So we're creating more energy and we're filling the body with that energy in the form of breath. The important thing here is that we're not here to hurt ourselves or strain. So remember, just go gently. If there's any physical discomfort, then please stop. That's key. And go at your own pace. So if you feel it's a bit too strong, ease off. And if I'm going a little too fast for you, feel free to slow it down. Remember just to listen to your body and do what you can. So without further ado, the first pose is called a preparatory side bend. So what I'm going to do in this pose is I'm actually going to lie down and show you the pose. So we come to our mats. We're going to lie down and we're going to interlace the fingers underneath or behind our head, should I say. So we make a pillow with our hands, elbows out to the side, chin tucked in. And because we're going to stretch one side and then the other, first and foremost, we're going to take our right elbow down and pivot it towards our right hip. What I want today to do is keep both shoulder blades pressed into the floor as I bring my right elbow towards my right hip, pivoting that right elbow to the hip. My left elbow wants to stay nice and wide. And I'm just gazing up towards the ceiling, so the head and neck relaxed. And I'm going to reach out through my left heel. So I'm going to push my left heel against an imaginary wall, reaching out through the left heel as I pivot my right elbow towards my right hip. And I'd like you to hold that for 6 slow breaths. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in softly, breathing out deeply. Just 4 more slow breaths in your own time. The aim here is not to force the breath, but to take your time and enjoy each breath slowly. Deep, even breaths, either through your mouth or through the nostrils if you can. Direct the awareness and stretch into the left side of your ribs. Those are the ribs on the side we're stretching, the left side, as we pivot that right elbow towards the right hip. Don't forget to breathe deeply. Aim for 3 more deep breaths here, yogis, if you can. 3 slow breaths in your own time. I'm going to breathe in, bring the head back to the center carefully and gently switch sides. So we're now going to bring the left elbow to the left hip. Keep that right elbow pointing upwards, but both shoulder blades pinned gently to the floor as you pivot now your left elbow towards your left hip and reach out through the right hip and foot. So we're reaching the right heel away now, holding that for 6 slow breaths, yogis. 6 slow breaths. Breathing air, breathing energy and space into the right side of your rib cage now. Breathing in, bring the head back to the center, release the back of the head, and for a moment just come into what we call Shavasana, our relaxation pose, with the arms by the sides, away from the body, palms facing uppermost, legs falling out, chin tucked in. Just let the sides of the body have a moment to relax and release. Just take 3 restful breaths here, yogis. 3 relaxed breaths in your own time. And now, yogis, we're going to bend our knees carefully and cross our right leg over our left. So we're crossing the right leg now over the left leg. We're taking our arms to shoulder height, arms facing the ceiling. And as we inhale, just tucking our chin in. And as we exhale, lowering our knees down to the left. So I've crossed my right leg over my left, dropping both knees down to the left carefully, but turning my head in the opposite direction. So knees go one way, yogis, head and neck the other. And we're not going to stay here, we're going to flow. We're going to inhale, bring the knees and the head back to the center. Exhale, lower the knees back down to the left, turning the head to your right. And we do that 6 times. Inhale, bring the head, neck, and knees back to center. Exhale, lower the knees back down to the left, turn the head to the right. 3 more. Breathing in, we bring the knees back up, head back up. Exhale, knees go to the left, head to the right. Twice more. Breathing in, coming up. Breathing out, going back down. Once more, yogis. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, go back into the twist. Lovely. Now bring the head back to the center, knees back up carefully, uncross the legs and switch sides. So with both knees bent, we cross the left leg now over the right carefully. And in your own time, very carefully, we're going to inhale, lower the knees down to the right, turn the head to the left. Exhale here. On the next inhale, bring the head back to the center, bring the knees back. Exhale, lower the knees down to the right, turning the head to the left. 4 more slowly. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, knees go one way, head and neck the other. 3 more. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Once more with me, yogis, if you can. Inhale, bring the head, neck, and knees back to center. Exhale, knees go down to the right, turning the head to the left. And then finally, bring the head, neck, and knees back to the center. Uncross the knees. And what may feel quite nice is just to hug the knees in. Rock gently. Take a breath here. Soften that low back. And as you breathe deeply here, let the breath be absorbed into your low back and kidney area. And again, just stay for 3 resting breaths. Good work, yogis. Well then, we're actually going to roll carefully onto one side and come up. And we're going to do a version of Balasana, known as pose of the child. But it's a variation, yogi. So if you can, grab a cushion or a block, cushion from the sofa, or a yoga block, or even a rolled up towel, remember, will do. And take the knees as wide as you comfortably can. Bring your big toes together and slip the buttocks back towards the heels. Knees are quite wide, so we get an opening here in the hips. And I want you to take your cushion, block or bolster over to your right, shift the belly to the right, and fold your trunk over your right thigh, making sure again you've got some padding underneath the head, so a headrest ideally. And very gently extend the arms forwards and rest the head. So your trunk is resting over your right thigh. And we hold this for 10 deep breaths, a lovely long rest. Bend the elbows if you need to, or straighten them for a deeper stretch if you wish to, yogis. And just take another 8 slow breaths here in your own time. And I want you to guide the breath into this left flank here that I'm showing you, and into the left buttock. This is where we want to breathe into the left flank, the left buttock, softening the shoulders, and enjoying another 5 slow breaths. Take your time. Breathe deep into your left flank and buttock area. Guide the breath there as best you can. And walk the hands slowly back up as you come up. We're going to switch sides, yogis. So taking your block, cushion or bolster over to the left now. Shift the belly to the left. And fold your torso over your left thigh now. Rest your head on a cushion if you need to. Extend the arms, but bend the shoulders if you, bend the elbows if you need to. And we will take 10 slow breaths here, okay? And this time, yogis, we're guiding the breath into the right flank and buttock area, this area. I want you to guide your breath into this area, the right flank and the right buttock, as best you can. And when you're ready, just come up slowly from that pose. Well done, yogis. And release. And we're going to do what's called the circle of joy. So I'm going to profile myself to the side for this pose. And we stay kneeling, wide-legged. So knees are wide apart, big toes touching. So staying in the pose and doing 5 of these, which is a lovely back bend and a great way to invite the breath into the front of the body. So we come to the prayer position, bring the palms together in front of the chest, and gaze ahead and take a deep breath in and out. We interlace the fingers, turn the palms the opposite way, chin to chest, and take a breath in and out. We Inhale, come all the way up, looking up and gently back. And on the next inhale, release the hands, open the chest, lift the chin, a circle of joy, breathing in. And as we exhale, we bring the palms back. And we do 4 more cycles. So we breathe in and out here. Palms in prayer position. Interlace the fingers, chin to chest. Take a breath in. Deep breath out. Stretching up, upper back. Inhale, lift the palms, look up and gently back, breathing in. Breathing out. Inhale, release the hands. Turn the palms out, a circle of joy. You take the arms up into a circle and out. And exhale, palms back together. I'm going to do 3 more. Breathing in. Breathe out, chin to chest. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, circle of joy. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Lift the chin. And inhale and exhale back to prayer. 2 more yogis. Breathing in. Breathe chin to chest. Turn the palms away, arms straight with that lovely stretch in the back. Inhale, looking up and gently back. And as you inhale, release the hands, circle of joy, looking up, squeeze the shoulder blades together. And exhale, palms together. 1 more. Breathing in. Breathing out. Interlace the fingers, chin to chest. Breathing in. Breathing out. Inhale all the way up, looking up and gently back. Breathing in. Breathing out. And as you inhale, a circle of joy. Release the hands. Squeeze the shoulder blades together gently. Lift the chin and heart. And exhale, palms come back together. And release. Beautiful, lovely. Okay, yogis, well, you may want to just stretch those legs out after that. Well done. Give them a little shake, relax them and stretch them. And then carefully, I want you to cross your right ankle over your left so you come into a comfortable seated position, Sukhasana, with the right ankle in front of the left. And we're going to work on the sides again. So we shift and turn the body to the right. We fold over the right knee gently and bring a hand at either side of that right knee as we fold down. Now again, we want to anchor the left buttock down. Bring the forehead towards the knee. Soft elbows, relax the shoulders if you can. And take 5 deep breaths here. Relax the head. Stay for another deep breath in and out if it's comfortable. Walk the hands back towards that knee, coming up gently. And carefully crossing left ankle over right now. So we're switching sides. We turn towards our left knee and folding down, just a hand at either side of the knee, folding the torso over your left knee. Now, it's important here, yogis, not to strain. Taking another 5 deep, slow breaths. Keep pushing both sitting bones into the floor, into your mat. And just notice if one side feels slightly easier to come into. Monitor that as you breathe deeply. It's a good idea to soften the elbows and release the shoulders away from the ears. And with each exhalation, as if you could come and fold further forwards over that left thigh and knee.
When you're ready, take a deep breath in and out with me. And slowly walk the hands back up to sitting.
Well done, yogis. Excellent. Now again, you might want to just stretch those legs out. Give them a little shake. Well done. We're coming into a kneeling position again. So this is where we may want to pad up underneath our knees. Now I've got 2 mats here, so I feel that's enough. But if you want extra padding, do grab it. And what's quite nice is just to pad up again under one knee. That's going to be the left knee, okay, and the right knee. But make sure again you've got enough padding under both. And come into this tabletop position with me. Wrists underneath the shoulders. Spread the weight through the hands. And we're going to do what's called a tiger flow. In the first part of this, I'm going to inhale and bring my right knee towards my nose. As I exhale, I want to straighten that leg as far behind me as I can. Now, in order for you guys to see this at home, I'm going to move forwards a little bit. So, once again, nose to knee, and raising the right leg behind me, keeping my hips square. I lift the chin and chest and look forwards. My arms stay straight throughout. And 5 more. Inhale, nose to knee, that's the right knee again, or on the right side. Exhale, lift, keep the arms straight. 3 more. Breathing in, lifting, breathing out. So we get that lovely stretch in the belly and front chest. Keep the arms straight throughout, yogis. Breathing in, breathing out. 1 more. Inhale, nice and slowly. Exhale, lift up, and then we hold this, and we're going to pulse. So this time, I'm going to inhale, keep the elbows closed, come down, nose towards the mat. Exhale, push up. And this is a really great stretch and strengthening for my arms and wrists. And 4 more. Inhale, nose to knee. Exhale, back up. Hello, cat. Inhale, nose to knee. Keep the elbows close to the body. Use the upper body strength. Exhale. All the while, keep that knee and leg wide and high. Inhale, nose to knee. Exhale. I'm going to do 2 more. Join me if you can. Inhale, nose to knee. Exhale. Keep those elbows closed. Last one. Inhale, nose to knee. And with care, come up. Release. Now, if your wrists are hurting, I want you to sit back and just shake out the wrists. Make a few rotations with the wrist to release them. It is strong on our wrists. We're working our arms, building the strength here. And we'll do the left side. So I'm going to turn in the opposite direction so you can see. So with tiger flow, we come into tabletop, don't we? And our wrists underneath our shoulders. And inhale, this time, left knee comes towards the nose. Exhale, taking it up and lift the chin. Get that lovely lift. Keep those arms straight. Distribute the weight through your fingers. And again, 5 more. Inhale. And exhale. Nice and slowly, there's no rush. Breathing in, nose to knee. Keep the arms strong. Exhale, looking forward. 3 more. Inhale, nose to knee. And exhale, lift. Inhale, nose to knee. Exhale and lift. 2 more. Let's try 2 more. Breathing in, nose to knee. Exhale, lift and look forward. Last one. Inhale, nose to knee. Exhale, lift. Now keep that left leg lifted and let's pulse. Inhale, come down. Keep the elbows close to the body. Exhale, straight. Inhale, coming forward, nose to the mat. Exhale, straight. Inhale. Ooh. Exhale. 3 more. Inhale and exhale. Engage the tummy muscles as you do this, yogis. Breathing in, coming forward, elbows closed. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale and exhale. Woo. And release. Quite strong work. Shake it out. Even if you just manage 1 of those, well done. Make some little rotations with your wrists. Shake it out. Grab some water. And we're going to move on and do a balance together now. and a side bend. So, in this next pose, we are going to very gently do a little bit of a side bend, but before we do that, we're going to work our hips, our spine. This is a spine mobilizer, and also strengthen the legs. So, I'm going to keep my socks on. These poses are fine with socks on or off. I'm going to take my right foot forwards carefully. And again, pad up underneath your left knee if you need to. Now this knee is going to just slightly, I'm going to lift the right foot, take it slightly out to the side and bend deeply, okay? As much as you can. We're going to leave the left hand by the right foot, sweep the right arm up and come into a kneeling lunge twist. Gazing up towards my right hand, just taking a breath to feel my way in the pose. Then we're going to change it and make it a little stronger. We're going to tuck the toes under if we wish to, and lift that back leg, keeping the left thigh low, reaching back through the left hip and the left heel, twist to look towards my right arm. Hold for several breaths. Now, if that's too strong, feel free to leave that left knee on the floor, still twisting, still breathing and gazing up towards the right palm. And exhale, release. Well done, yogis. Now, the second part, I'm going to lift my right big toe off the floor and come onto the outer edge of that right foot. So lift the right toe, come onto the outer edge of the right foot. My left hand stays on the floor. My right hand goes to the inside of that right knee. And I twist, looking somewhere over that right shoulder. I've come onto the side of the foot, the outer edge of the right foot, hand on the knee and looking behind. And again, if we wanted to make this stronger, holding the pose, lifting the left leg, reaching the left heel away and continuing twisting. Hold for several breaths if you can. Leave that left knee on the floor there for a gentle twist and stretch. And exhale, carefully place the left knee down, the right foot back on the floor, and carefully come onto all fours, sit back, maybe shake out the hands, make a few little rotations to release any tension there. Well done, these are strong poses, so take your time, there's no rush. We're going to move into the left side of this spine mobilizer. So this time, yogis, take your left foot forwards, take it to the outer edge of the yoga mat if you can. Lunging deeply, again, just for a few minutes, but keep the knee in the same line as the left ankle. Okay, that's key. We're going to first and foremost tuck the toes under of the right foot, perhaps pad under the right knee if you need extra padding. Leave that right hand by the left foot, and again, sweep your left arm up for your kneeling lunge twist. Take a breath there and feel your pose on the left. Get a feel for it on the left side. And then if you want to make it stronger, again, you can lift that right leg. Don't take it too high, but reach the right heel back. Keep the right heel low, keep the right thigh low, and gaze towards that left hand. Hold for several breaths if you can. Remember, if this is too strong, just leave that right knee on the floor and continue in the pose. Breathe deep. Okay, release on the next exhale. Bring both hands at either side of the foot and pick up your left toe, the left big toe. Come onto the outer edge now of your left foot, the outer edge of the left foot. Take your left hand to the inside left knee and start to look somewhere over that left shoulder. Twisting and breathing deeply. And again, if you want to go deeper, carefully raise the right leg, reach back with the right heel, hold and breathe. If this feels too much, keep that right knee, remember, on the floor and continue twisting gently to your left. Let's take a deep breath in. Carefully exhale back to the center. Release the knee. Well done, yogis. Sit back, shake it out. What a wonderful way to work the spine, but that is a deep pose, isn't it? So just take a resting breath, grab some water. Okay, we're going to now move on, and this time we're going to have a little go at the gate pose. Remember I mentioned we've worked the sides of the body today as well. So we're going back into the side body. We're going to do a nice side bend, followed by a balance, and then moving into, if you wish to, bow pose. So 3 poses, but we'll actually be doing 6 poses because it's 3 on each side. So again, if you need to pad up underneath your left knee, please do so, and extend your right foot forwards. Okay, so we take the right foot out to the side. Now I am going to take my sock off from this one, yogis, simply so that I can genuinely feel the foot. Now my toes, the right foot want to be facing forwards. I want to spread the toes wide and think about the sides of the foot. So the right side of the foot, the outer edge, particularly anchoring it down. As I lift the toes, I fan them apart. I want to imprint the big toe into the floor. All the toes on the right foot facing forwards and generating a stretch on my inner right thigh, all the way down to the ankle, appreciating that stretch. So I'm going to take my left hand in the same line as the left knee, but slightly away. And either I can have tripod fingers or maybe make a fist if easier. And inhale slowly and raise that left arm. We can either look up towards the inner elbow or look forwards. That's it. You're lengthening across your body. A lovely line of energy from that right toe all the way up to these right fingertips. Hold for 5 breaths if you can. Your main aim is to keep the front of the body open, creating space in those side ribs as you breathe. Now, I want you to raise the right arm to shoulder height. Keep the whole arm in the same line as your shoulder joint with your right palm facing forwards like mine. And engage the tummy muscles now by pulling the abdominal wall in. Raise that right leg. Flex the toes towards you. Push the heel away. You don't have to raise the leg very high. Gaze ahead. Balance and hold. Breathe deep for as long as you comfortably can. Good. And then the final part of this practice is to bend the right knee if you wish to. Grasp hold of the right ankle. Bring the right heel towards the right buttock. Rotate the right chest skywards. And hold that bow pose. If this feels too tricky, just stay here. Here is fantastic today. Bow pose. Again, I'm trying to bring my right heel to my right buttock. Revolve the chest, look skywards and hold for several breaths if you can. And release carefully. Relax. It's a really strong pose, so just take a pause, relax, take a resting breath here. And we'll continue and do that in the opposite side. So very gently, slipping off your sock. There we go. This time, we take the right knee, resting there, and extend the left leg. Again, have the toes of the left foot facing forwards, and do take a moment to spread the toes wide, particularly that big left toe. Plant it into the floor, and really anchor down the outer edges of the foot. Toes of the left foot facing forwards to ignite the stretch in your inner thigh. Right hand, where the right knee is, going along from there, either tripod fingers or a fist, whichever feels more comfortable. And as we breathe in, we raise the left arm slowly, pinning it towards our ear. That's it. And either looking up or looking ahead. Whichever, again, feels more comfortable for your neck. Let's hold for 5 breaths. Equally looking down if that's easier, but again, aiming to keep the front of the body as open as you can. And breathe into that lovely long line of energy from the left heel all the way up to your left fingertips. Create space in those side ribs and breathe directly into your side ribs as best you can. Long, deep, even breaths, yogis. Avoiding the cat if you can. And when you're ready, we're going to raise the arms skywards, palm facing forwards. I'm going to make a fist, and I'm going to engage my tummy muscles, raise the left leg, flex the toes towards me, push my left heel away, and hold. Now I'm running out of space here. Hopefully you can see. I find this part really tricky as well. And definitely my left leg, the leg I'm raising, isn't as easy to raise. So just notice in your own body, mindfully, yogis. Does one leg feel easier? Gazing ahead, breathing deeply. That's it, well done. And if you wish to go into the last part, bend that knee. Grasp hold of the ankle, bring the left heel close to the left buttock, rotate the chest, and open the knee wide. Get a lovely stretch in the upper body, gazing upwards, or gaze ahead. But bring that left heel as close to the buttock as you can. Breathe and hold for several breaths. And release carefully. Well done. Excellent. And sit back for a moment. Stroke the cat if you have one. If not, just take several deep breaths. Shake out those hands. That's it. Make some little rotations. There's a little loading on the wrists and arms there. Well done, yogis. Okay, so let's do a little bit of work for our shoulders now. They've worked hard for us. And then we'll go back into the side body. So very gently. We've got about 20 minutes, yogis. We come onto all fours. And we're going to inhale. Hopefully you can see I'm just moving forwards a little bit and then moving back. So I'm going to inhale and sweep my right hand forwards. Exhale, I take the hand all the way back, following it as I sit back. I then inhale, watching that hand make an arc, come all the way over and back to the start. So these are called shoulder sweeps, and they're lovely for our shoulders. We're going to do 5 of those. So 4 more. Inhale. Take the right hand forwards. Exhale, sweep it behind you, slowly sit back on your heels. Inhale, forming an arc with the arm, following the gaze of the hand all the way up. Exhale back into a tabletop, and we keep going. Breathing in, lengthen forwards. Exhale, sweep the arm round as you sit back on the heels. Inhale, perform an arc, come up and over. And exhale, back into the tabletop. 2 more slowly. Inhale, sweep that arm forwards. Exhale, sweep round and slowly sit back on the buttocks. Keep watching the hand if you can. Inhale, follow the gaze, raising the arm up. And exhale. And 1 more. Inhale, lengthening forwards. Exhale, sweep the arm back, sitting back. Inhale, perform an arc, coming up. And exhale back. So let's now do that on the left carefully. So tabletop again. Inhale, take the arm forwards. Exhale, sweep it around, sweep back towards your buttocks. Inhale, follow the gaze of the left arm, create an arc, coming up, back to the center, and back to tabletop. 4 more. Inhale. Exhale, sitting back. Inhale, raise the arms slowly. And exhale back. 3 more. Breathing in. Breathing out. Keep watching that arm. Inhale, follow the gaze, coming up. And exhale. I'm going to do 2 more. Join me if you can. Now this is the last one on our left, yogis. Last one together. Well done. And relax. Let's shake it out. Make some little rotations. And grab your block again, or cushion. Let's hang out in pose of child to rest so that we can appreciate all those poses. So let's open the knees, drop the shoulders, forehead resting, arms by your sides, knees wide. And just take 5 deep breaths here, relaxing. Relax those shoulders, soften here. Just enjoy 1 or 2 more deep breaths as you allow your whole body to rest, connecting back with your breath. Allow yourself to connect back with your breath. Now, when you're ready, you're going to inhale and sit up slowly. Relax. Okay, lovely. So let's take the bolster or cushion away, and we're going to come into downward dog. This is our first real inversion of the practice. We've done a lot of kneeling, a lot of side bending, and we're just going to work for about 10 more minutes, and then at about 5 to have a relaxation. So I'm just going to ask you now to join me in a downward dog. Have yourself some water, stay hydrated. And let's do this together. So we've stretched a lot into the side of our body. We've opened our hips and our knee and outer buttock. So as we go into this inversion, we may notice that our whole body feels a little bit longer. Let's find out. So our knees and feet are apart. We've tucked the toes under. Take a moment to spread the weight evenly across your hands. We want to load the weight into the palms. We're going to inhale, come up slowly. Exhale, bring the knees and feet a little closer. Keep the knees and feet apart, yogis, that's key. Gaze towards your upper thighs, and then very slowly walk the dog with me. We pad 1 heel back, and then the other. So we inhale, pad 1 heel back, and exhale, pad the opposite heel back. I want you to gaze, if you can, towards your upper thighs, and allow the crown of the head to relax. The arms are strong, and the breath is even. That's so key. Staying in this pose for as long as you comfortably can. So you may want to linger here a little longer, or you may simply want to come back down onto all fours. Stay as long as you comfortably can. When you're ready, exhale slowly back onto all fours. Do sit back for a moment, yogis. Bring the hands into the prayer pose. Have a moment's breath space. Our practice is mindful. And so every now and then throughout the practice, we take a pause. We allow ourselves to pause and reconnect with the breath. And to be mindful of all and any sensations. to enjoy 5 deep breaths here, a moment's breath space, and simply be mindful of all and any sensations you may be experiencing. And when you're ready, take a deep breath in. If your eyes were closed, open them now and relax and release the hands. Okay, yogis, so a little breath space is no bad thing. And we're just going to move into the last few poses. And what's quite nice is just to come back into downward dog, the second inversion. Notice if the limbs feel any longer, particularly the hamstrings, notice if they're less tight. And use that transition to come up and maybe practice a balance. So join me, 5 slow breaths if you can, back into downward dog, and then we'll transition slowly into standing. So back in tabletop, spread the weight evenly across the hands. Make sure your knees and feet are hip width apart. Tuck your toes under. Breathing in, let's come up. And again, let's walk the dog, padding one heel back and down as we inhale, padding the opposite heel back as we exhale. Gaze towards the upper thighs and hold that for 5 deep breaths. So when you're ready now, yogis, start to carefully walk the feet towards the hands. Bend the knees deeply, engage your tummy muscles, tuck the chin in, the arms hang like heavy ropes, and slowly roll up, all the way to standing. Nice and slowly. Good. When you come up, yogis, just give yourself a moment to stand in Tadasana, mountain pose, with the feet hip width apart, toes facing forwards, palms facing forwards. Roll those shoulders down and away from the ears. And simply gaze ahead and breathe. Hold this pose for 3 deep breaths. Be aware of breathing and simply standing. And then bringing the feet together, we're going to do a simple little pose, again, for the sides of our body. So we're going to inhale with the feet together, raise the arms steadily, and interlace the right fingers around the left wrist. As we look ahead, we'll lengthen those arms up, and slowly and carefully, just side bend to your right, interlace the fingers around the left wrist, lengthen up and over to your right. Be aware of this deep, lovely stretch in the left side ribs, creating space there. Remember not to overbend, particularly if you've got low back issues. As you gaze ahead, aim for 3 breaths. Breathe in, breathing out. Now we're going to inhale back and exhale back over. Inhale back to center and exhale back over to your right. Once more. Inhale, lengthening upwards and exhale over. Inhale back and exhale, release and relax the arms. We're going to do that now on the left. So breathing in, raising the arms slowly again, this time interlace around that right wrist, lengthen up. Exhale, we come over to the left, stretching into the right side ribs for 3 breaths. Again, make sure that your low back feels comfortable with this side bend. Don't strain. Breathing in, breathing out. Just noticing those left and right differences. One more full breath in and out here, yogis. And then inhale, come back up. And exhale back gently into the side bend. We do that 3 times. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale back into the side ribs. And once more, inhale, lengthen. And exhale gently over to the left. Breathing in, come back. And exhale, release and relax the arms. Shake it out. Well done, yogis. We have 5 minutes left. So we're now going to go down into our relaxation. So join me now in getting comfortable and warm. Perhaps grabbing a blanket and a cushion for your head, a blanket for your body. We're going to lie down now and just reap the benefits of that practice. So get warm and get comfortable and just join me for the last few minutes of our practice in your relaxation, which you've truly earned today. And remembering, yogis, that today is about working the sides of our body. In yoga, in life, we tend to think about the front and the back of the body, particularly very frontal in life, moving forwards. But the sides of our body equally play an important role. And that's where we aim to take the awareness and attention today. And of course, the breath. Adjusting your mood, working your core, and creating space in the side ribs. And very often it's said that we can lift our mood, leaving us feeling content and spacious in the body. Well, let's lie down now. And what I would recommend, yogis, is to tuck the chin in towards the throat, to turn your palms uppermost, and to separate the feet. Now, as you tuck the chin in, this allows the back of the neck to be long and in line with the spine. But you can also, if you wish to, lift the head, look down the body, and just check that you're in a relatively straight line. And when you're happy that you are, chin tucked in, palms facing the ceiling, arms away from the body, closing the eyes down. Let's reconnect with our breath as we let this body settle. The most important thing at this time is to allow the breath and the body to truly rest, to reap all the benefits of your movement, your practice of yoga, to absorb the qualities of the practice. So we allow the body a few minutes, rest and nourishment. We're here to replenish the system. Now, we're going to work just for 5 minutes, but if you have time, feel free to stay in relaxation up to 15 minutes, at least 5, but up to 15 if you have the time. And either breathing through the mouth or the nostrils if you can. Let's now take the mind on a little journey through the body. First, we're going to start with the feet. I'd like you to wiggle your toes, just the toes, bend them backwards and forwards, and then aim to relax all of the toes on both feet. And then I want you to flex the toes forwards and back, bending the whole foot forwards and back several times, and just exploring physically how this area feels. And then relax both feet as best you can. Next, take the awareness into the ankles and just start to make some slow, really slow rotations, moving the big toes in towards one another, and then moving them away from one another. So as you make those rotations, just doing several in both directions. Untie any knots in the ankles, and then completely relax the ankles and keep them still. Now, as best you can, I want you to engage the muscles of the thighs, the buttocks, the knees, just hugging the thigh bones, the knees, the buttocks, and release those areas. Tighten the knees, the thighs, the buttocks, and release. And do that 3 times, tightening the thigh muscles, the knees, and the buttocks. And as you exhale, completely relax these areas. Take a few resting breaths, resting the whole of the lower half of the body now. Let the feet fall out, let the ankles just fall apart, and breathe. Now let's turn the attention to the fingers, the upper body. Let's wiggle the fingers, stretch and open them several times. Wiggle them and stretch them into the fingers, and then relax them. Curl the fingers in that gesture of receptivity. Allow all the fingers as best you can to soften, curl, and relax. And we're going to make a loose fist and just start to make some little rotations now, slowly with both wrists, first in one direction and slowly in the other, untying the knots there. And then let the backs of the hands rest on the floor, completely relax and release your fingers and wrists. Relax the elbows, soften the shoulders down away from the ears as best you can. And then take your awareness to your abdomen. Notice without any force or control how the abdomen rises on the inhale and falls on the exhale. Be aware of the abdomen rising and falling with each breath. And allow your awareness and attention to rest on the breath at the abdomen for several breaths. Watching them rise and fall of the abdomen gently. And taking the awareness now to the face. Let's relax the jaw from ear to ear. Allow the tongue to rest in the lower palate of the mouth. Allow the eyes to be quiet and still. Allowing the eyes to be quiet and still. And all of the facial features softening and releasing as we breathe in. And gently breathe out. Face soft. Head round and soft. And all the while, the breath moving through us gently, relaxed breathing, whole body still. Become aware of a very quiet and still body yogis, and simply allow yourself to be in the silence of the body. Enjoy being in the silence of the body. And just enjoy taking
Another deep breath in and out here, yogis. Breathing into the whole body, whole body. And when you're ready, you're going to start to come back from this relaxation now. Doing so by moving gently into the fingers and toes once more. Slowly and gently moving the fingers and the toes, giving them a gentle wiggle and stretch into the fingers, into the toes, and moving those wrists and ankle joints again, just slowly and gently moving them. Taking a deep breath in and stretching your arms overhead, chin tucked in, lengthening the arms overhead, legs together, reaching and stretching into the whole body gently. Breathing and stretching into the whole body. And when you're ready, opening the eyes back into the room. Bend your knees carefully, and if you wish to, hug those knees back into the chest. Rock gently. Welcome back, yogis. Welcome back. Now when you're ready, just rolling carefully onto one side. Come up to sitting. Sitting again on a cushion or block if you need to. And let's close our practice together. And make sure you're comfortable. Sitting comfortably. Again, give yourself a moment just to gather your thoughts. Perhaps notice how you now feel compared to when we started. And take a deep breath in, gather all that lovely energy, bring it down to your heart center, and simply take a moment to wish yourself well. Take a moment to wish all beings well.